The other important thing that happened yesterday was the testimony before the Senate. The Senate Health Committee, a Senate Health Committee, headed by Lamar Alexander, who is retiring. And the Post put together 6 takeaways from Fauci's testimony. Fauci delivered his long-awaited coronavirus testimony yesterday to a Senate Health Committee. And, excuse me, his appearance came after Trump blocked Fauci from testifying in the House because the House is run by never-Trumpers. They don't like me. So since the House of Representatives doesn't like me, this man can't testify. Can you fucking believe that? Well, never mind. But Trump did allow him to testify before the Republican-controlled Senate. Trump is such a dumb fuck. I mean, what did he expect? That the Democratic senators wouldn't ask questions that were embarrassing to Fucko the Clown? Yes, of course he did. Fauci and the committee's chairman, Lamar Alexander, who is from Tennessee, appeared via video after being exposed to those who had come down with the coronavirus. And also at yesterday's hearing was the CDC Director Robert Redfield, the FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn, and Trump's coronavirus testing czar, Admiral Brett Giroir, Giroir. How do you pronounce it? Giroir? Fuck it. All right, here's some takeaways from Fauci. First of all, Fauci warned very strongly against reopening quickly, which is what Trump is determined to do. And this is how the Post reported. Fauci's relationship with Trump has been an uneasy one, with Fauci often contradicting Trump and Trump often contradicting Fauci. Who are you going to believe in that situation, right? Fauci has clearly desired a more aggressive approach to combating the virus and has lamented at various times that his advice hasn't always been heeded. Well, of course not. He's a scientist. He's a doctor. He's an expert. What the fuck is Trump? A bum. He's a fucking bum. Leading into yesterday's hearing, Fauci seemed to have a pointed message intended for the president and other advocates of faster reopening. And tellingly, Fauci previewed his testimony late Monday night, cautioning strongly against an overly aggressive opening plan and saying it could lead to, quote, needless suffering and death, end quote. Needless suffering and death. That means nothing to Fucko the Clown. Trump doesn't give a shit about death. He doesn't care if his fucking children die. The only person he's concerned with is his ugly, bloated self. That's it. Fauci told the night before the hearing in an email to the New York Times, Sheryl Stolberg, he said, quote, the major message that I wish to convey to the Senate committee tomorrow, that would have been yesterday, is the danger of trying to open the country prematurely. If we skip over the checkpoints in the guidelines to open America again, then we risk the danger of multiple outbreaks throughout the country. This will not only result in needless suffering and death, but will actually set us back on our quest to return to normal. So the night before his testimony, Trump was making it, Fauci was making it as clear as possible that premature opening of the country, opening up all these places like we have here in Georgia, because we have a numbnuts, crazy fucking governor here who doesn't have the sense of a goddamn cornflower stalk. I mean, this guy is really stupid. Brian Kemp, just totally stupid. Jesus. But all those governors, the Republican governors saying, yeah, well, we're going to open things up. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, Fauci is saying, okay, you may do that because it's you have the executive power to do it. But count on more sickness, more hospitalizations, more death. Your call, Gov. Jesus Christ. And the use of Trump's slogan free opening seemed conspicuous. Open America again. And Fauci struck a very different tone than Trump has in recent days. Trump said Monday that, quote, we have met the moment and we have prevailed. And last week, Fucko said, we've entered the next stage in the fight, a reopening. This is madness. Oh, well. Now, several states have flouted the CDC guidelines for reopening. The White House has also reportedly buried those CDC guidelines I told you about Monday, I guess, for reopening that were due out 11 days ago. No. Trump and his murderous gang of incompetence have hidden that shit. Oh, no. Fauci rebuked those decisions in his testimony when he said, quote, when he appeared before Congress, he said, quote, what I've expressed then and again is my concern that if some areas, cities, states, or what have you, jump over those various checkpoints and prematurely open up without having the capability of being able to respond effectively and efficiently, my concern is that we will start to see little spikes that might turn into outbreaks. Now, we've already seen that in China and a couple other places where the opening, okay, everybody, come on out. Everybody, come on out. It's all over. Come on, step out. And people start to come out, and then people start to get sick and fucking die again. I mean, we're seeing it. You can pick up your paper, your news tonight. Look at it. It's already happening. But Trump's a fucking gangster asshole. He doesn't care about that. Fuck that. Number 2, Fauci says the death toll is almost certainly higher than the 82 or 83,000 that are being reported here in the United States. And there has been an undercurrent of theories, occasionally stoked by Trump, but more often by his allies, that the U.S. death toll of more than 80,000 is exaggerated. But Fauci said that the death toll is actually higher, likely higher than that. You don't have to be a rocket science to figure that out, do you? This is what he said to Senator Bernie Sanders, who, during the testimony, who asked about that number. Fauci said, quote, I'm not sure, Senator Sanders, if it's going to be 50% higher, but most of us feel that the number of deaths are likely higher than that number, the 80,000, because given the situation, particularly in New York City, when they were really strapped with a very serious challenge to their healthcare system, that there may have been people who died at home who are not counted because they never really got to the hospital. End quote. And then Fauci added to Senator Sanders, he said, quote, so in direct answer to your question, I think you're correct that the number is likely higher. I don't know exactly what percent higher, but almost certainly it's higher. End quote. Now, there you have science speaking. But certain Fox sewer scum and other Trump allies have suggested other causes of deaths could be counted as coronavirus deaths because, Obama and Hillary Clinton are trying to destroy Donald Trump's glorious presidency. Hey, Truth Seekers, while we're practicing safe social distancing, it's a great time to treat yourself with some seriously delicious, responsibly sourced coffee. Awaken to pleasure with River Moon Coffee. But don't take my word for it. Here are 2 recent reviews. Quote, we sell River Moon Coffee at Marine General Store, and I can't seem to keep up with customer demand. Not only is the coffee excellent, but the philosophy behind it, the careful sourcing and constant research to bring a quality product to customers, appeals to the hearts of our community. End quote. And here's one from a fellow Malloy listener. Quote, I love this coffee. I buy it in 5-pound bags. I especially love the Truth Seeker blend. End quote. Sounds like they're planning ahead for the apocalypse. Anyway, support a progressive small business that supports this program. Go to MikeMalloy.com and click on the River Moon Coffee link on the main page. You'll thank me later.